friends, welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are well and doing great. So today I'm back with another video to continue our UCAT test preparation. So as you guys know, we have completed our 4 types of decision making practice test questions. And we have started our 5th type, which is Venn diagram, in the last video. So if you are new and didn't watch our last videos on, so you can watch on our this channel. It will be on tour tutorial of UCAT test preparation. It will be on question bank tutorial, verbal reasoning, practice test questions, and the other 4 types of decision making practice test questions. Okay, so now without any further delay, we will start our first question of this video, which says, in Daleham, half of the 300 houses have both a front garden and a back garden. 100 houses don't have a back garden, and 125 houses don't have a front garden. So how many houses have neither a front garden nor a back garden? So here we have option A, that is 25, then option B 50, option C 75, option D 100. So here we have these 4 options. And the correct option is option C. C is correct because 160 houses have 2 gardens. That is 320 divided by 2. And X, houses with neither a front nor a back garden, can be worked out as follows. 100 minus X is the number of houses with only a front garden, and 125 minus X is the number of houses with only a back garden. So 100 minus X plus 160 plus 125 minus X plus X equals to 320. That is 385 minus X equals to 320. So 385 minus 320 equals to X. So we have X, the value of X is 65. That's how we can say that option C is the correct option, that is 75 houses have neither a front garden nor a back garden. Next question, that is question number 7, that the diagram gives information about the football teams a number of people had watched. So here we have these diagrams. You can see we have United, Rovers, City. Based on the diagram, which of the following statements is true? Option A. Option A, more people watched City than did not watch City. Option B, fewer people watched City than watched United. Option C, 15 people watched neither Rovers nor United. And option D, the number of people who watched City were less than half the number who watched United or Rovers. So here we have correct response is option B, And option A is incorrect because the number of people who watched City is 7 plus 12 plus 8 plus 6 equals to 33, and the number of people who did not watch City is 14 plus 5 plus 2 plus 13 is equals to 34. So fewer people watched City than did not watch City. So that's why we have option A is the incorrect option. And we have B is correct because the total number of people who watched City is 7 plus 12 plus 8 plus 6 equals to 33. And the total number of people who watched United is 14 plus 5 plus 12 plus 7 equals to 38. Option C is incorrect because the total number of people who watched neither Roberts nor United is 6 plus 13 equals to 19. And D is incorrect because the number of people who watched City is 7 plus 12 plus 8 plus 6 equals to 33. So the number of people who watched United or Roberts is 4 plus 5 plus 12 plus 7 plus 2 plus 8 equals to 48. So 33 is over half of 48. So the number of people who watched City was more than half the number who watched United or Rovers. So that's why we have option D is the incorrect option, and we have correct response is option B, which says fewer people watched City than watched United. Now we have a next question, that is question number 8. Of the 150 aquariums across our US state, 60 had yellow crabs, 43 had white dolphins, 81 had starfish, 20 had only starfish and white dolphins. 12 had only white dolphins and yellow crabs, 9 had only starfish and yellow crabs, and 7 had all three. So how many aquariums had none of these three? So option A 19, option B 21, option C 27, and option D 32. So here we have correct response is option B. So you can also see it from the diagram. We have this number of diagrams. White dolphins total 43, yellow crabs total 60, and starfish total 81. So the total of the numbers in the Venn diagram equals 129, which means 129 of the 150 aquariums had at least one of the three kinds of animal. Therefore, 150 minus 129 equals to 21 aquariums had none. So we can say correct response is option B, which is 21. Next we have question number 9. It says the diagram shows the data on schools thereafter offer various services. The square represents schools that offer counseling support. The parallelogram represents schools that offer consultation and training for the staff. The rectangle represents schools that offer childcare for children older than 4 years old. The semicircle segment represents schools that allow community access to at least one of the school facilities. So the number in the diagram represents the number of schools in each category. So here we have this diagram, you can see with some numbers. So which of the following statements is true? Option A, at least 75% of the schools that offer consultation and training for the staff do not allow community access to school facilities. Option B, some schools that do not offer childcare for children older than 4 years old offer both counseling and consultation and training for staff. Option C, amongst all schools that offer counseling support, 40% of the schools allow community access to at least one of the school facilities. Option D, the number of schools that neither offer counseling nor consultation and training for staff is equal to the number of schools that do not offer childcare to children older than 4 years old. So here we have these 4 options. So let's see which one is the correct. So here we have option C as the correct option, and option A is incorrect because total number of schools offering consultation and training, that is 5 plus 6 plus 8 equals to 19. Of these, the number that do not allow community access, 6 plus 8 equals to 14. So percentage that do not allow community access, 14 divided by 19 multiplied by 100 is equal to 73.7%, not 75%. So B is incorrect because none of the schools that do not offer childcare offer counseling and concentration and training for staff. So B is also incorrect. Then we have option C, which is correct because total number of schools that offer counseling 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 is equals to 20. Of these, the number that allow community access 3 plus 5 equals to 8. Percentage that allow community access 8 by 20 multiplied by 100 is equals to 40%. And then we have option D is incorrect because number of schools that neither offer counseling nor consultation and training is equals to 7 plus 2 plus 4 equals 13. So number of schools that do not offer childcare is 2 plus 4 plus 8 equals to 14. So these numbers are not equal. That's why we have option D is the incorrect option. And we have the correct option is option C, which says amongst all schools that offer counseling support, 40% of the school allow community access at least one of the school facilities. Next question we have question number 10. A company conducted a survey at two of its business centers, Center A and Center B, to find out which center had more employees who were active on social media. So here we have these types. These shapes with some numbers, and you can see which shape represents which one center. So first shape, that is some oval-like shape, it represents center A, and then we have a shape that is rhombus is center B. Then we have a triangle shape, it represents social media 1. Then we have a star shape which represents social media 2. A rectangle shape that represents social media 3. So based on the diagram, which of the following statements is true? Option A, Center A has 5 fewer employees on only social media 3 than Center B. Option B, Center B has more employees active on social media 3 than Center A. Option C, both centers have exactly the same number of employees active on social media. Option D, Center B has fewer employees not on social media than Center A. So here we have these 4 options. So let's see which option is the correct option. So option B is the correct option and option A is incorrect because 0 Center A employees are active only on social media 3, and 24 Center B employees are only on social media 3. So 24 minus 0 equals to 24 fewer employees. So that's why we have option A is the incorrect option. Option B is correct because Center A employees active on social media 3 is equals to 10 plus 8 equals 19, and Center B employees active on social media 3 equals to 24 plus 8 plus 25 equals to 57. So Center B has more employees than Center A on social media 3. So this is the reason we have, because of which we say that option B is the correct option. Then we have option C is incorrect because Center A employees on social media is equals to 17 plus 3 plus 8 plus 11 equals to 39. Center B employees on social media is equals to 17 plus 21 plus 25 plus 8 plus 24 is equals to 95. So both centers do not have exactly the same number of employees on social media. So we can say that C is also the incorrect option. Then we have option D. It is incorrect because Center A has 13 employees not on social media and Center B has 19. So Center B has more employees not on social media. So that's why option D is also incorrect option, and we have the right option is option B, which says Center B has more employees active on social media than Center A. Next we have question number 11. It says there are 9 birds in an aviary. 2 are yellow and green, 2 are red only, and 1 is red and yellow. Which of the following diagram best represents the above data? So now we have these diagrams in form of options, and we have to select one correct option with the best diagram that is suited with the information that is given above. So here we have option A with this diagram. You can take a look at these ones. And then we have option B. Then we have option C. Option D. So we have these 4 diagrams, and now you can select the best suitable related diagram to the information that is given above. So here we have a correct response is option C. So A and B are incorrect, these, because they do not represent the data, the number of red only birds correctly. C is correct because the 2 in the triangle represents the 2 red birds. And the 1 in the triangle and square represents the red and yellow birds. And the 2 in the circle and square represents the birds that are yellow and green. So that's why we can say that the option C is the correct option. Then we have option D, which is incorrect because the value of 1 represents all 3 colors rather than red and yellow. So now we can say that option C is the correct option. So this one, option C with this diagram, is the correct option. Next we have the diagram shows how the employees in the department of a small business travel to work each day using different forms of transport. So here we have a diagram. First you can look at this one, that how they represent each alphabet. So the first diagram represents the cycle, and then second represents bus, third one represents walking, fourth, a triangle shape, represents car, and then we have a last shape which is in the form of a square. It represents train. So the question is that which of the following letters represents workers who get to work using a combination of car, train and walking. So here we have option A, J, option B, K, and option C, L, and option D, M. Now we have to tell which one use the all 3 of this. Okay, so how we can solve these types of questions? It asks that use a combination of car, train and walking. So we have to watch that what are the symbols for car, train and walking. So we have square, triangle and circle. Now we can see where these 3 shapes collide. So here you can see that a triangle, a circle and a square collide with an L. So let's see this one is the right option or not. So yeah, here we have C, which is L, is the correct option. A is incorrect because region J represents employees who use train and car only. And option B is incorrect because region K represents employees who use train, car and cycle only. Option C is correct because region L represents employees who use train, car and walking only. Option D is incorrect because Region M represents employees who use train and walking only. So that's why we have a correct option is option C only, which is L. So C is the correct option. So now we'll choose option C. Okay, next we have a question that the diagram gives information about the types of transport that people took in the previous month. Okay, so here we have this diagram. You can see an light in this one. So first, rounded rectangle represents a bus, and then we have an oval shape that represents train. Then we have a square shape that represents aeroplane, and then we have a star shape that is represents boat. So the question is, based on the diagram, which of the following best describes people in the region marked X? So here we have option A, that is they took buses, trains and aeroplanes but not boats. Then we have option B, that they were people that took neither buses nor aeroplanes. Then we have option C, they took buses, trains and boats but not aeroplanes. And then we have option D, they took a bus and a boat but not a boat and a train. So let's see which option is the correct option. So here we have option C is the correct option, but option A is incorrect because X does not lie within the rectangle, that is aeroplane, and B is incorrect because X lies within the rounded rectangle, that is bus. And then we have option C, it is correct because X lies in the rounded rectangle, that is bus, in the oval, that is train, and the star, that is boat, but not the rectangle, that is aeroplane. So that's why we can say that option C is the correct option. Now option D is incorrect because X lies in the star, that is boat. So because of all these reasons, we can conclude our correct option. The correct option is C, which says they took buses, trains and boats but not aeroplanes. Next question is that the town's new academy for girls specializes in sport. All pupils at the academy are required to take 3 sports. So here we have this diagram, and you can see which alphabet collides where and with which of the shapes. So first one, we have the rectangle shape that represents gymnastics, a triangle that represents swimming, and then we have a rhombus like shape which represents boxing, then line dancing, tennis, and hexagon as the athletics. And then we have a question is that which letter shown above represents pupils participating in boxing, athletics, and swimming. So option A is letter G, and option B letter M, and option C is letter P, option D letter R. So let's see which one of the option is correct and which one is the incorrect option. So here we have a correct option is option B, as the letter G represents tennis and swimming. You can also see it from the diagram. There we have letter G. This, it represents both tennis and swimming, and letter M represents boxing, athletics, and swimming. Letter B represents line dancing and swimming. Letter R represents tennis, gymnastics, and boxing. So that's how we can say that we have the correct option is option B, which says letter M. It represents the pupils participating in boxing, athletics, and swimming. Okay, so here we go with the next question. So if you have not viewed the whole screen, then they will give you this option. This option will pop out, so that's why you will have to watch out all the screen. Okay, next we have a question that the diagram shows the status and occupation of a number of people. Each shape shows a different status or occupation. So here we have these shapes, and you can say where O is represented. First shape represented males, the second one in work, third total population, then we have in education, and then merit. So what does the letter O represent in the above diagram? Option A, unmarried women who are in education. Option B, unmarried men who are in work. Option C, married men who are education. And option D, married men who are neither in work nor in education. Okay, so here we have these options, and option C is correct. The letter O is placed within the shapes that represent married males and in education. So it means we have a correct option is C, that married men who are education. So next question we have is the question number 16. It says the diagram gives information about the number of people who had holidays in certain countries. So we have diagram with France, Spain and Greece with some numbers. So which one of the following statements is true? Option A, more people went to France than went to Spain. Option B, more than half of the people who went to Spain also went to Greece. Option C, 8 people went to exactly 2 countries. And option D, the 20 people went to only one country. So let's see which option is the correct option. So here we have correct response is option C, and option A is incorrect because the same amount of people went to France as went to Spain. B is incorrect because only 5 of the people of the 15 people who went to Spain also went to Greece. Then we have option C, which is correct because in total 8 people went to exactly 2 countries. 4 people went to Spain, France and Spain. 3 people went to Spain and Greece, and 1 people went to France and Greece. And then we have option D, which is incorrect because 23 people went to only one country. So here we have option C is the correct option. That is 8 people went to exactly 2 countries. So here we have next question. Which says one night at a youth club 8 people played snooker, 12 people of which played table tennis, 9 people of which played darts. None of these played either snooker or table tennis. 6 people played no game, they just talked. So which one of these following represents the activities taking place at a youth club that night? Option A, we have this diagram. You can take a look at. And then we have option B with these number and some shapes. And then we have option C with this diagram. And then we have option D with represents this diagram. So let's see which one of the option is the correct option, which diagram represents the suitable diagram. So we have correct response is option A, this diagram. It is correct because a separate oval is used to represent the 9 people who played darts but did no other activity. 6 people played no game, so this number needs to be outside the ovals. Overlap between ovals is needed for the 4 people who played table tennis and snooker. There were 4 remaining people who played only snooker and 8 remaining people who played only table tennis. These people need to be in the parts of the ovals with no overlap. Only the diagram in option A reflects this. So we have a correct option is option A. So option B is incorrect because there is no set with exactly 8 people playing snooker. Option C is incorrect because there is no set with exactly 12 people playing table tennis. D is incorrect because it shows 13 people playing darts. So that's how we can say that option A is the correct option. Okay, next question we have is the question number 18. It says there are 48 people in our room. They are asked what they like doing in their spare time. 29 of the people say they like reading, and 9 of the people say they like watching television. So, which of the following must be true? Option A, between 10 and 19, people neither like reading nor like watching television. Option B, there are exactly 20 people who like reading but do not like watching television. Option C, that is, there are more people who do not like reading than who do not like watching television. Option D, there are 38 people who like neither either reading or watching television. So here we have correct response is option A. It is correct because in total 38 people like reading or watching television. We don't know if there is any overlap between those who like reading and those who like watching television. So the range of people who neither like reading nor like watching television must be as follows. So the total number of people, that is 48, minus total number of people who like reading or watching television, that is 38, equals to 10. So total number of people, that is 48, minus minimum number of people who like only reading, that is 29, equals to 19. So option B is incorrect because we don't know if there is any overlap between those who like reading and those who like watching television. Option C is incorrect because 29 people like reading, therefore 48 minus 9 equals to 39 people do not like watching television. More people do not like watching television than do not like reading. Then we have option D. It is incorrect because we don't know if there is any overlap between those who like reading and those who like watching television. So here we can say that all the options are incorrect and we have the correct option is option A, which says between 10 and 19 inclusive, neither like reading nor like watching television. Next question we have is that question number 19 says there are 40 people in a library. 24 people have mobile phones and 18 have laptops. 8 have neither a mobile nor a laptop. So based on the information, how many have both? Option A 10, option B 12, option C 14 and option D 16. So here we have the correct response is option A. It is correct because 8 people have neither a mobile phone nor a laptop. So 40 minus 8 equals to 32. People have either a mobile phone, a laptop or both. Assuming X is the number of people who have both, the equation is 24 minus x plus x plus into 18 minus x equals to 32. 24 plus 18 minus x equals to 32. 24 plus 18 equals to 32 plus x. So 42 minus 32 equals to x. So we have remains 10, which is the value of x. So that's why we can say option A is the correct option, which is the 10 have both. A group of people were asked how they like their eggs cooked. 15 said boiled, 12 said scrambled, and 13 said fried. 4 said they like exactly 2 of the ways, and 7 said they like all 3 ways. One person said they hated eggs. So how many were asked? Option A 17, option B 19, option C 21, option D 23. So here we have a correct response is option D, that from the information given we can work out 15 minus 7 is equals to 8. People like only boiled eggs or boiled eggs and only one other. 12 minus 7 equals to 5. So the 13 minus 7 equals to 6. So adding together we get 8 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 19 people like only one kind of eggs. So 19 minus 4 equals to 15 people like only one kind or only two kinds. So total number of people, you can say total number of people who were asked equals to 15 plus 7 plus 1 equals to 23. So an example diagram is below. So here we have this diagram which represents the above data. Circle represents people who like boiled eggs. Square, the people who like scrambled eggs. Hexagon, people who liked fried eggs. And the total number of people who were asked 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 plus 1 equals 23. So that's how you can calculate your data and you can choose your right option, which is now we have is the option D. 23 are the number of people who were asked. Next question we have, that is question number 21. It says, in a survey, 28 respondents were asked if they booked holidays using travel planners, travel websites, or other booking methods. 15 respondents used travel planners, 5 respondents used all the three methods. 40 of the respondents who used travel planners but did not use travel websites used other booking methods. So if the pentagon, circle and triangle represent respondents who use travel planners, travel websites and other booking methods respectively, so which diagram best represents the above data? So here we have option A as like this diagram. Then we have option B, which represents this diagram. Then we have option C, which represents this. And then we have option D, which represents this diagram. So here we have correct response is option B. A and D are incorrect because the pentagon, which represents the respondents who used a travel planner, totals 18 when we are told this should total 15. B is correct because we know that 15 respondents used travel planners. We know that 5 respondents used all three methods, so the number of respondents who used a travel planner but did not use travel websites could be 10, 40% of which used other booking methods. This is represented by the 4 in the pentagon and the triangle. C is incorrect because in the diagram 10 respondents used travel planners but not travel websites, and we are told 40% of these used other methods, which would be 4 respondents, not 6. So here we have a correct response. Correct option is option B. We also have some website on which you can buy your favorite books, the best selling ones, and you can also buy very useful home products. The descriptions of these websites are given below. So I'll be back with another video. Till then, just take care and goodbye.